Hey guys, this is Arm here, and today I'm showing off for you guys a deck I built the other day that I've been using for OTKs. TKs, it's pretty good. I find it to be pretty consistent the way I have it built, but yeah, I only own the regular Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction. That's the only one I own, fortunately. So yeah. Go ahead, get into this. No, this is like a 41 card deck. So if you wanted small deck, take out one card. I would suggest taking out the one copy of Mirror Force because we only use one. That's all I have. Okay, now for the profile, we got triple Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction. Pretty basic. I use it to OTK people, mostly my brother and my one friend I play with, mainly because you have used a lot of tokens in this deck, and each one of those counts as 1,300 attack points for the card. And that brings me to my next card, Triple Scapegoat. The Scapegoat in this deck, best card. Hands down, the best card. Because Scapegoat, with this card, you can special summon any number of black sheep tokens, meaning you can get like 80 or 1,000 if you wanted to. So I only stick under 30 because I don't have that much dice. I don't have much dice. But yeah, next cards, I use 3 copies of Shadal Hedgehog. Hedgehog, pretty standard. Let me clean up these 6 right here. Clean up those. And I use Shadal Hedgehog in this deck because it's really good for searching out other Shadal monsters. Like we have Shadal Squamata. Just send your Hedgehog to the grave so you can search out a Squamata or a Hound. Those are all the Shadal monsters I use in this deck. I find it to be really good for level rank 4 and 3 Xyz monsters because I like getting those on the field. Next, we got 2 copies of Tour Guide from the Underworld. Those are used to get out your Shadow Hedgehogs or your Lilith Lady of Lamet for Xyz summoning and power force. Yeah, those are good cards to use. If you have a third one of those, I would use 3 and take out the next 2. So I use 2 relink Karibos. If you have a third Lilith and Tour Guide, I would substitute relink Karibo for those. Because relink Karibo, yeah, it helps you not take any damage, but you have to banish it. And for regular Karibo, in Curry Bandit gets you to the spells you want to see. Which there are a lot of spells in this deck. But that's all for the monsters. Pretty consistent lineup if I do say so myself. Next, if this card does get banned, I won't be that mad, but we do have Triple Scapegoat. I won't be mad because there's plenty other token options. Like, there's Fires of Doomsday. You can use 3 of those. Oh, so still Scapegoat, Phantom Skyblaster, other cool, really dope token cards. Next, we got triple Book of Moon. You're probably wondering, why is Book of Moon in this deck? It's because, let's say, your opponent knows Scapegoat, what it does, or mine does. And you can't, once it flips face up, you can't flip it face down unless it has an effect or there's a monster effect. I've only found that to be with Ghost Tricks, which I like to use. But Book of Moon recycles Scapegoat, because your opponent could take out a couple. Let's say you spawn in 3, and you need 2 to tribute for Gandora. You can Book of Moon, and flip it up for even more. Even more. Next, we got Double Pot of Duality. Really good, gets you to the cards you want to see. Next, I'm debating whether or not to keep this card in here. I have Layer of Darkness. I only use this because there's one extra deck monster I use. One extra deck monster that you can tribute a card, summon a token, it gains 500 attack. Gains 500 attack. I still like to use that. So we got 2 Fires of Doomsday. Simple, 2 free tokens, basically. If you don't want to waste your Scapegoat tokens, you can always Fires of Doomsday. Get out your Gandora Dragon of Destruction. Note, the only monster you have to tribute for in this deck is Gandora Dragon of Destruction. Pretty good. For the one-of spells, we got Pot of Greed. You can take that out for a second copy of Card Destruction. Let's say you open with a bad hand. You can Card Destruction and get 4 new cards. Foolish Burial, Swords, Soul Charge. Pretty basic. Line up my favorite way to run one-of spells is those 5. Especially in this deck. There we got the Mirror Force. You can swap that out for another Fires of Doomsday. Next, because there's going to be cards going to the grave every now and this, you need ways to, a lot in this deck, because say you're running out of cards, you can flip over Jarvatheris to target 5 cards in your grave, shuffle them back into the deck, then you can draw 1 card. Pretty basic. Recycles the cards you want to see. Can also be used in a handful of other decks that are good. Now on to the extra deck. This is what I have. I didn't buy any cards for this. I just used what I had laying around. So I have 1 Trigate Wizard, really great Link monster. Got 1 Shadow Construct. Easy to get on the field. Just needs 2 flip monsters. There are a lot of flip monsters in this deck. So we got 1 Maystroke, the Symphony Division. Really good level 4. And Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon. Really powerful. Now for the monster where you tribute a card, gains 500 attack. Got double number 48 Shadow Lich. I use that because it's an easy level 3, and there are a lot of level 3s in this deck you can make it with. Next, now we just have some tokens, 2 Torment tokens, they're level 3s, and then 3 random tokens. Can't play this deck without tokens, especially like Torment tokens with Layer of Darkness. You must have them. And that is the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.